Hello everybody and welcome back to Bloons Tower Defense 2. We are on the hard difficulty map. And if you guys have been enjoying, do me a favor, hit the like button and subscribe. So, don't know if I mentioned this, probably didn't because I'm not really a walkthrough channel. But the difference in difficulties from easy, medium, and hard is an increase in the prices of every single tower, supposedly an increase in the speeds of the balloons, but I didn't really notice it, so maybe that's in future games. And then the lives. You start with 100 lives in easy, 75 in medium, and 50 in hard. So, that's the real thing. So you're making same amount of money, but you need more of it to buy everything. So, that's the real problem. It's obvious, but So, this is the failed attempt. As you can see from my other video, I was already talking about it in that. Trying a strategy where I was basically trying to use well placed dart monkeys to get me through rounds, and then I was going to start spamming the boomerang monkeys and the cannon, the bomb shooters, to just deal DPS overall. Um, as you'll see in the video, the main, like, this is a voiceover by the way, if that wasn't obvious. Um, Not that you'd know from just me talking, but the fact that it's not really lining up, like I'm not explaining what I'm doing every single time I press a button. But what I'm trying to basically do, in BTD1 you could get past it with only dart monkeys, they knew the strategy. So what I was basically hoping to do was put the towers in positions where they could hit both tracks. And I know it seems like, well, is there anywhere on this where you can't hit both? Well, yes, down at the bottom right, top right. But what I was realizing is that because you can't prioritize the monkeys targeting, you end up with like these situations where there'll be a balloon right in front of you, but you're not popping it, and that's the balloon you want to pop. What I was also noticing is just the fact that the one track appears. Well, maybe they are roughly about the same in length. It felt like the one that starts on the left and ends on the right was shorter. And I don't know if that's just because I put more damage dealers in the middle of the map on this attempt, or if that's actually the case. But it seriously affected my ability to finish the hard difficulty. And when I was doing it this attempt, I was like, I don't even know if this is even going to be possible. Like, it just felt so. I think my second attempt, I got to the final wave and died, which these playthroughs take about 20 minutes, which it doesn't sound like a lot of time, but let me tell you, when we start playing the other Bloons Tower defenses on the channel and the fast forward button appears, you guys will understand the difference. Because BTD6, you can beat easy difficulty in like 5 minutes, not even 6. Depending on the placement of the tower, you could probably beat it in like 4. Like, realistically, not even with any actual knowledge on how to play the game at all. Just put down a tower, start upgrading it when you can, and just, yeah. Really a difference. And I know this is hard mode, but. So this ends at wave 50, just like easy and medium. In BTD 6, I believe it's 40, 60, and 80. Pretty sure hard mode is still like half the time in BTD 6. So this, as you can see, we're starting to lose lives. And I still don't know what the hotkeys are. I will never learn what the hotkeys are for the towers. I tested a bunch of buttons before one of the recording periods and didn't find out what the hotkeys were. And if you're wondering, yes, I checked numbers, I checked letters, and I checked, like, holding a button, because the big thing is spamming. You want to be able to place multiple of a tower. So what you get is that you'll sit there and you'll go, okay, I want to place a bunch of road spikes. And you'll put one road spike down, and there will be 50, you know, balloons coming. So you're just done. That's it. You lose. Now, with the placement of the bomb shooters in this playthrough, and there's another 3 lives gone, you'll notice that I'm putting the bomb shooters, again, quite far away from where the leads would come out. And that's kind of the issue. You have to find a good placement for it so that the leads are being popped fast enough so that your towers can actually hit the stuff. The black balloons and then the yellow balloons that come out after. But in the same time, the bomb shooters are also essential because their splash, albeit not consistent, is basically a requirement. If you don't have the splash of the explosions, you just get overswarmed too. And so it's actually kind of funny. It turns into a real balancing act, but there's really no way of balancing it because you just don't know how the explosives are going to work. Sometimes they hit one. You see right there? Like it hit the very bottom and it somehow popped balloons above on the next row of, balloons that were coming in. So there really was no easy way to determine where to put anything. Which again, it's the second game in the franchise. But it's just funny how like it almost feels like if you played BTD 6 and then tried to come back and play these, you're actually worse than if you just started at BTD 1 and then played these. Because like Super Monkeys in BTD 6, I mean you can get like I'm trying to think of one of the upgrade paths. You can get like the technological terror that is just, or the Moab Mauler or something like that, Moab Dominator or something. That thing, you could stick that in the middle of this map, just put one of them down, and you just walk away. Just let the game play. You're just gonna let it just finish itself. Go do something else. But the Super Monkey in this game, I mean, you saw the bomb shooter on the right side. It hit the bottom of the curve, and it dealt stuff on the upper lane. Like, it just doesn't make... And that's not even in the bigger blasts. That is the smallest blast radius. So, yeah, there's no way to predict it. No way to predict it at all. And I think the main mistake that I make in this playthrough is that I focus too much on I want to say I focus too much on bomb shooters once it's all said and done, but really, I don't really know what the main mistake I made was. According to the BTD Wikipedia page and stuff, it's really random which side is going to have more balloons in this because this is the only map with 2 paths, and it looks to be basically RNG which path gets more balloons each time. So that's why you need to be really careful and make sure that you place the towers where they can hit the most balloons and not so much focus on also here's another issue with the game is that the tail of the monkey, if you click on the tail, it just selects that monkey instead of placing the tower. So this game's kind of funny how it's I think it was made in 2008. So it's been around for years. Over a decade. So, right now, you're getting to a point where you need to start focusing on just DPS, hitting as many balloons as possible, and realization's beginning to dawn on me that if at wave 26 I am struggling to handle, the balloon rounds, I'm probably not going to win. Like we need to change the positioning, maybe even the effectiveness of the bomb shooters. There's probably upgrades that I'm not getting that I need to focus on because the multi-targeting for the boomerang monkeys is obvious. You know, from 2 pops to 4 pops, essentially making them another boomerang tower. So instead of only having 3 boomerang towers, I actually have 4 once I place this one down with my mouse acting up. And I click the tail again. And it's like, you know, you can sell the towers if you don't like the placement of it or something like that. And it's like, if you do, you're losing like 160 money, so you're not going to. I just lost like 8 lives right there. And I think, yeah, I checked to see if that one had piercing darts and it didn't, so I was like, oh, that explains it. Um, but yeah, what I end up basically realizing, and I'll let you guys know it in this video because this is the hard difficulty, and I did mention in the medium playthrough one that I'd tell you something about the bomb shooters that I felt was weird. The bomb shooters, like, almost feel like they deal more damage when you put them at a distance away from their targets. So the further away they are, pardon, the further away they are, the more balloons they appeared to pop, but also the more effective their explosion radius was. And it didn't really make a lot of sense. Like, I mean, why would it? You know, sometimes they pop balloons at the top of the path when they're shooting at the bottom of the path, and right here you'll see like I'm like, oh great, here it comes, and I actually, you know, kind of saved the situation, but all I'm really doing is delaying the inevitable at this point. I'm like, oh, I'll put down another bomb shooter, hopefully that'll kind of, you know, but you can see that the bomb shooter's location is terrible with the black balloons because these 3 top ones just they don't do anything. If a full wave of black balloons come in, these 3 bomb shooters on the top left do absolutely nothing, which is probably why it felt like I was getting spammed so much on the right path compared to the left path. Because by the time the black balloons got through the boomerang monkeys on the right path, they'd show up on the left path and be able to be popped by the bomb shooters. Now try saying that whole sentence 10 times fast. So then I was like, okay, so I need to get more popping potential on the left side so that when the black balloons come through, I can start popping them. As you can see, that does kind of help, but it just really, I think it was around wave 41 or something, or 43, where I was like, yeah, this isn't going to work. I still played it on just in case. And to my defense, if I was able to spam road spikes, it probably would have worked. But because I don't know how to, it just didn't. I never did try right clicking, but I doubt it. It's like that wave went great, and I was like, oh, okay. Here we go. I even put another bomb shooter down on the left side just to increase DPS because I saw all those yellow balloons coming in. But what I really should have put down probably on the left side was a boomerang monkey up closer to the top. It's right about... Yeah, I barely got through that round. And there it goes. So I did notice, I was like, okay, maybe a boomerang monkey up here. You know, just to be able to pop these black balloons when they're coming in so that the bomb shooters actually do something. And it did. You can see the results. It did help a bit. But then you can see how they are just hiding behind them. I was like, okay, I'll put one on this side. You know? And I want to kind of keep track of something because when I was originally recording the footage for it, I was thinking that my problem was that I wasn't building enough boomerang monkeys. And I'm wondering if my real problem was I didn't put enough bomb shooters, because right now I only have 6 bomb shooters, and I'm like, I feel like I had way more in the one match of this. I really put a ton of boomerang monkeys down. Wave 43, like I said, I think this is where I was like, oh yeah, no, yeah. You can see that wave, and my mouse just wasn't working, so by the time I was actually able to put down some road spikes, it was like, oh yeah, that's all those 3 black balloons all lined up, and I'm like, nope, this isn't gonna work. This isn't gonna work. I put down some more boomerang monkeys to increase the DPS. It's like, nope. It doesn't matter at all. It's just way too much. And because the mouse wasn't working, I was terrified to try to, take my eyes off the screen for 5 seconds in case the road spikes, or in case the balloons overwhelmed me and I couldn't get enough road spikes down. Yeah, so it looks like I put too many uh, boomerang monkeys. Should have put more bomb shooters. So, I mean, at this point, there's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 15. And, I do try, but by the time I have them down, and I'm not using the bomb shooters to the highest of their potential, which is what I learned in the next video. And, it's like, okay, maybe I've got a chance. It's wave 47. Maybe I'll get lucky. And I'll get some, RNG to go my way. The balloons will be popped when they're supposed to be and not be hiding. Wave 48. I mean, really, could you imagine dart monkeys trying to do this? Or the super monkey. I mean, I think I'd have 2 super monkeys at this time, but it'd just be like, no. It's just, no. It would not have gone well. You can really see the frame rate dropping too. It's just, it was rough. And then the frame rate would go up in speed at the worst possible time. So, obviously this is the failed attempt. You actually see me start kind of showing that what's going to happen in the next video. If you guys have enjoyed, do me a favor, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. It's kind of losing my voice because I haven't gotten any water, but and as always, I hope you have a great day, and the next video will be the last one for BTD2. I almost did it here. If I could have just spammed. Have a great day, everybody. Bye.